What's a band that you were like a kid and you're like, they fucking suck shit, and then you got older and you're like, pretty chill? For me, that was Korn.
Yeah, I'd say Korn.
Korn's a big band. When you grow up listening to punk, pop punk, emo like I did, becoming an adult is realizing Korn was pretty good.
Also, fuck, what was the other one I was just thinking of? Hated them when I was younger. Deftones. I understand. I don't necessarily like the Deftones now.
Yeah,
but I get them a little bit more.
I don't
and
listen,
I kind of like them a little bit more.
I don't listen to Deftones because whatever they do, I can find a band that excites me more, like does the same thing and excites me more, which ironically is probably a band influenced by the Deftones. Yeah. But no, I got Steph tickets to go see the Deftones. That's where I ended up going to see. That's how I saw Refused. I think I told you about that.
Yeah.
And I got very drunk and I slipped in the mosh pit. But that's always
Punk rock!
That's always my deal with Steph. I go, we can go to whatever concert you want, but you're driving.
But I'm falling down.
You're driving, and I'm getting hammered.
I'm gonna get injured in the pit. Okay,
dude. I'm a baby. I can't watch music I don't. That's not true. I can watch music I don't know, but I didn't think I was going to fuck with the Deftones, so I preemptively got very drunk. And then I ended up, maybe it was because I was drunk, but I really
prophecy.
I really enjoyed the Deftones. I actually, it made me respect the hell out of their lead singer, Chino
Moreno. It's the Chino Moreno.
Non Italiano.
Chino Moreno. Yeah, you gotta have my mama's gravy. Chino Moreno's gravy.
Wait, are the Deftones the reason there's so many like Spanish people into like heavy sad music? Because there's always that.
No, I think that's Morrissey.
Yeah.
Dude, for some reason, Spanish people. Yeah. I had no idea about this. Thomas Lennon.
It's like a huge chunk of their audience.
Yeah, from Reno 911 and the state and stuff like that. That guy, Thomas Lennon, who is also a huge Smiths and Morrissey fan. He brought up the fact that and maybe that's from Reno 911 too. He might have brought that joke into the show, but like he's the one I heard first mention that like there's a huge, like you said, like it is not. You said 50, probably because at this point now most of
the majority of their audience.
Yeah, because now because they're not worried about his politics. They don't give a shit about. They're like, yeah, we don't have to eat meat homes. It's okay.
We don't care. We just want
they're
you to sing.
Like diehard Morrissey fans.
What happened on Friday?
It's crazy. So like,
what? I say by Friday I've been missing you. No, I forgot. I don't.
You lost it.
I don't know the Smiths. I don't know the Smiths well enough.
I don't know any Smith songs. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I'm not sorry. I take that back. I want to formally take that apology back.
Absolutely.
Andy. On behalf of Drag the Lake, and I do speak for Andy here, I would like to formally take that apology back from Morrissey and the Smiths. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm not. Okay. I don't feel any bit insecure. Morrissey, talented man, gay as hell.
Literally, right?
Lame. Oh, well, if he actually is gay, now I feel bad.
Yeah, that's one of those things where he's like such a fucking dick. It's like when I made fun of Anti-Flag. I was just like, that was fucking, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know if I can use the F word. I don't know if I can use that one because I'm like, they might be.
No, I just watched. Well, actually, I listened to it while I was grocery shopping, but I listened to this like 30, 45 minute. Smith's documentary, and it made me like Morrissey so much less because it was all the
so much.
There was
I thought you were gonna say more. You got me.
Woo. Like him, it's
way less,
dude. So it's not even like I didn't. Notice I didn't say it made me dislike him. It made me like him less.
Yeah, we never liked him.
No, because it was he had a bunch of quotes where he was like, "We were never supposed to get this famous," and I'm always like, "Shut the fuck up." Because it's easy to not get that famous.
Right. And also, you just go away. You don't have, why are you still here?
Stop playing arenas, stupid.
We weren't supposed to get this fame. It's my obligation. Shut up.
My obligation.
You're only famous because you keep doing it. You keep doing it. That's why you're famous, stupid.
Guys like him, too, feel like the guys who are like, they're sad all the time. You're like, why are you sad? He's like, because the world's so dark. Oh, because you're choosing to be sad. You sound like you're choosing to be. Now, that being said, Smiths are real good. They're why the self-titled Blink-182 album sounds the way it does. You know, a lot of bands influenced by the Smiths, but Morrissey sucks ass. But no, I found out there's that dude, I believe his name is Chuck Palahniuk.
Oh, Chuck Palahniuk?
Yeah.
That's how I always say it.
Palahniuk.
So sociologists have tried to explain exactly how the Smiths became so popular among Mexican Americans.
What did you just... Oh.
I Googled, why do Hispanics love Morrissey? And they tried to explain why Mexican Americans love him so much. While there's no definitive cause, Morrissey's place in the...
There's no, like, definitive... It's like trying to figure out where AIDS came from.
It's literally, there's no way to track this. But apparently Morrissey's place in the Mexican community has something to do with the importance of rock music among panchucos and greasers assimilating to American life in the 1950s.
You know what I think
so, like, they used him... They saw him in a leather jacket and were like, oh, yeah, that's what I got to be, Holmes. And we're like... that, and they're like, hey, this is good music, man.
You know what I think it is too?
That's
I think
crazy.
a lot of Mexicans don't have hang-ups the same way we do. Like, I think if you kind of pulled them, I think Mexicans across the board would be more homophobic and stuff, but like the way that they just embrace Dragon Ball Z is actually, you know what? Actually, I watched a video on that. One of the big reasons is because it was Dragon Ball Z was one of the first. I think it was because Dragon Ball Z was one of the first animes like that did Spanish translations.
Mexican Americans, they like to watch Dragon Ball Z and listen to Morrissey.
But they were... is that a reference?
Yeah, you don't know the song Mexican Americans? It's from Cheech and Chong.
Oh, yeah.
You know Cheech and Chong?
Yeah, Chichong.
You know Cheech and Chong?
I know. Well, back to No More Heroes for shortening things. I know Chichong. But no, I think Mexican Americans,
they're not allowed to eat meat at the Morrissey show, but they don't mind because they love that hoe.
Watching the finale of Dragon Ball Z on a torrented website in the middle of town.
Way to fucking nail a 60-year reference, Pat.
Hey,
sorry.
that's half a comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy is I'm going to do this. Tricked you. I'm going to do that. And then the other half of comedy is, remember that thing? What if that thing did a thing that was similar to this thing?
Because you said Mexican Americans, and then you...
What if Cheech and Chong did something in reference to what we're talking about right now?
What
comedy.
If they updated Mexican
Comedy
American
podcasting.
by Cheech Marin from the movie Up in Smoke? I think it sound a little like this.
That's actually funny, too, because in comedy, we do make fun of the impressionist because, like, the shitty impressionist stand-up comics, that's what they do, what you just said.
Yeah.
That's so much of podcasting, though.
Yeah.
So much of riffing and podcasting is, like, you'll have a news topic. And
premise, riff.
You'll have a base topic, correlate it to a pop culture reference, and you're like, what if this base topic did things that correlated to that pop culture reference? And then you do that for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I laugh at every fucking second of it. I'm not better than anyone. But yeah, no, Dragon Ball Z, I think it was one of the first animes where they actually translated it into Spanish. So it was literally like the first anime most Mexicans ever saw. And now it's literally like, I did the riff earlier, but like literally when that dude died, they were all chilling in the town square watching Dragon Ball Z together. It was crazy.
Yeah. Like, I think there's also, because there's, over time, you know, like it's gotten to a point, I think it's eased out again. We were talking about this on the last show, like, for lack of a better term, woke or some shit like that. But like the bullshit where you're like,
you feel gay saying it, but it's the term.
But the bullshit where like the thing that got me kind of not upset or anything, but like worried about like where's this fucking country going when they start talking about like a cultural appropriation and shit like that, and you're like, well, what's loving a thing from culture? You know what I'm saying? Like they love that Japanese cartoon. It's not they're not, if they dress like it, if they're doing stuff like that, if they're imitating it, they're not trying to assimilate your culture. They're just a huge fan of your fucking culture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when people get mad about cultural appropriation is like when fucking like Kohl's will adapt something culturally and sell it in their store and make money and like not reference it. But if you're talking like, brother, like I was reading about this, like cultural appropriation is beautiful. Like you guys like chicken and waffles? Mm-hmm. Well, that's because the honks and the blacks got together and it was like fucking late night in New York.
Yeah.
After all the jazz musicians let out, they'd go to the diners and, you know, it's not quite breakfast, but it's not quite dinner. So let's do some chicken and waffles. And it's like,
what?
Yeah, without the honks and the blacks, you don't get chicken and waffles. And it's like, it's that with fucking everything.
Right.
Bro, have you ever had, and I only know these examples in food, but have you ever had Tex-Mex? Honks and the Mexicans, dude.
What?
Yeah, dude.
North and south of the birder?
North and south. White and tan.
So you can have mayonnaise with fajitas?
Yeah. Also, too, I don't know. Yeah, as long as you're like showing props to the culture, cultural appropriation is also too what losers grab onto.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that, like I was saying, I was comparing it to like the woke shit, like that kind of same thing where you're like, all right, like they like your thing.
Well, that's like when
dread your hair, whatever.
That's like when did you ever see that picture where it was like some well, she was going to prom, so she was of age. Because I'm about to say she's hot, but it's like a high school girl. She was of age, so everything I say is totally cool.
Howard Stern.
Everything I say is cool and not weird at all. But no, she was like wearing a kimono. It was a white girl wearing a kimono to prom, and then some random Asian kid retweeted that, and he was like, my culture isn't your prom dress. And it's like, oh, I didn't know your dad was John Kimono. Yeah. Like, you didn't fucking make it, loser.
Yeah.
You fucking lose. Also, she's hot, so we don't care about that when they're hot, stupid.
Yeah, hot is okay. Do you remember Tatanka?
Yeah.
Was he actually Native American? Probably not fully, but guess what? He's hot.
He's hot. The African Dream. We're talking wrestlers.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No.
It was the Run wrestler. I forget his character name, but he was called the African Dream, and he was just a white guy in a dashiki. It's completely okay and
completely fine.
Didn't age poorly at all.
Not even a little bit.
Hulk Hogan saying the N-word. We all liked it.
Yeah, he is forgiven. We saw that.
We saw that in bed. We've seen that repeatedly. Forgiven
so many times.
But yeah, no, cultural appropriation is usually something losers glob on.
It's a dumb thing, yeah. It's just a funny thing that but when you can do it musically or something like that. There's so many white guys, so many people love Sublime, that, you know.
Bro, and also I want other cultures to grab onto our shit. Yeah. Every time I've seen it musically. Yeah. Every time Japan finds any of our shit, they make it so, I wouldn't say cooler, but they make it in their own cool version. Like
they really add something. They don't subtract.
What was that band? Sails across.
Sail into the winds or
sails
something like
when the winds in my sails. Yeah. They sound like early 2000s metalcore, but they added like their own little twist to it.
Yeah. There's Sailing Before the Wind.
Sailing Before the Wind. Go check them out. They're really good. We have a gift. We have to show.
We have a couple gifts, actually.
Yeah, we were bestowed upon, and we're gonna try to. I don't know, because I don't know if you want to just give your address out, or I don't want.
Well, no, I think we're gonna try to get a PO box
to encourage people to send us stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean,
send us your band shirt, send us your merch. That would be fun, dude. Not to keep cutting you off. That'd be fun as hell, dude. Do merch reviews on the pod.
Yeah, that's what I talked about. I made that video. So when I got these boxes or whatever, I remember I talked to Jeff from Far Wild.
Yeah,
his name was Jeff.
My name was Jeff.
At Skankfest all the way back in July. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of Far Wild, if you would like head from us, put a patch of our podcast on your vest,
bro. He had this whole like punk rock vest of like all these other podcasts and shit like that. But I think he had No More Heroes, and I think he had Drag the Lake, but I can't remember.
He definitely had Drag the Lake. Yeah. I don't remember No More Heroes.
There was one where I was just like, that was like a dream come true.
Well, that was like for me where
patch. Come on.
There's a lot of things in comedy and podcasting that like you achieve and you're like, good. That's part of the stages of things I need to do in this career. And then there's other little things where you're like, wow, I didn't even think that was an option.
Yeah.
Because like just being a punk fan for so long, seeing someone turn your podcast into a patch and putting it on his metal guy vest, I was like, wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It's so sick. So we got these, I explained in the video, like he sent them from California, and like,
well, we'll be posting, not to cut you off for the 18th time, we'll be posting that video because you made a video of you unboxing this, and then Pat's also starting like a little side podcast. Sorry, I didn't mean to say a little thing. Pat's starting like a side podcast where it's just him interviewing people, and it's going to be sort of music centric, right?
Well, I'm doing that podcast, but I'm inviting them to talk a little bit about music as well. like that I'm turning into just some extra content.
And you wanted to,
here.
and you wanted to throw it up on the Drag League feed.
Yeah. It's still within the same vein and everything.
Yeah, so it'll be some extra content. You guys can check out the YouTube channel.
Hopefully
and
some list shows, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know. And also, like with a good example of something that like what I did by myself, I'm sure we could do in future episodes. Same idea, do these kind of videos where send us your band's merch. We'll open it on the show. We'll react to it live. We'll give a review of like, because I got to tell you, Far Wild shit, I talked about a little bit in the video. Their margins, bro, I don't know what their margins are.
We have to, and I think actually a merch review segment would be super beneficial because you and me are obsessed with merch. Yeah. And also, we've lived the majority of our lives as fat guys. Yeah. So, fat guys, I talked about it.
Some of it on here right now. Speaking of, I felt like it was appropriate to wear on the show.
Did you wash it?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Because the post-wash is a real good test.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a wash, but I tell you what, the quality of the shirt immediately is you'll see it on the tag.
Okay.
Comfort colors, brother.
Ooh.
Brother, guys, comfort colors, and you sending this. So we'll set up a PO box. I'm sure. I don't think it's that hard necessarily, but we can send that in, and we'll post that somewhere.
I imagine it's pretty easy.
And if you have a band and you want to send us your merch, and we can talk about it on the show, we'll send you our sizes. Far Wild here, send us these. For some of this is for. I joke in the video that I'm not going to give you. I'm just busting your chops though. But he gives us koozies and also some extra accoutrement for the wives as well, the holes in our lives. So,
Jesus Christ.
But quality shit for sure.
Yeah, actually too with the koozie itself, you can see here that the imprint of the lettering is like nice and in there.
These are
because a big thing with merch, especially with like. That's why like the Flagman merch was so nice because they're like a smaller band and with like smaller entities, it like you don't want your merch to look like you're just like a guy who made it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But actually with the way things are now, there's so many websites to get that shit made that it's probably way easier now to have the same way it's way easier to have like a better recording or better music videos. It's probably way easier to get good merch now.
Yeah, I think so. Because like some of this stuff, I don't know if he necessarily like made himself, like if he has a screen printer or anything like that.
Forgot about the knockoff Shane merch. That rules definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, he sent us a little note. He said he did say this was unrelated, but I made these and thought they were fun. So enjoy everything, gents and ladies. Jeff from Far Wild.
Yeah.
So, but I think so. I think the fair point would be because he sent us each a couple shirts, sent the wives shirts. He sent you this shirt, right? I joke in the video about how
tripping this abyss,
like how you got all the drug and death references, and, and I'm like, you don't even fucking believe in ghosts. But like he sent me this shirt, right? And he sent you that shirt. So if you want, you can have this koozie, and I can have that koozie.
Fair enough,
right? Just so we have equal designs.
Silent. This
I do
hard.
like to me, this was like Sam Elliott meets Rob Zombie, the tripping the abyss guy. Don't you think?
Oh, okay.
He's got the mustache.
Yeah.
The dreads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Little Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. So if you want, do you want to look through? These are yours, I think, and also Steph's in the old box there. What's in the box? It's for him. Look at that. See that? Look at that. That's a nice. And he like comfort colors, quality, and their little logo on the back too. I love their logo.
Oh, the tag's heavy duty.
I gotta tell you,
I'm podcasting. The tag's heavy duty. And the shirt's very, it feels nice.
Yeah, the Comfort Colors is my favorite. Is my favorite brand of like, shirt, mass production shirt or screen printing shirt. That's one of my favorite designs too. Bro, look at it.
The saying on it too rules. It says, "Take my tomorrow."
Yeah, I think now, we joke on the show about how bands have merch, more merch than they do this or that. But obviously, we talked about.
Oh yeah, these are your Steph's.
No. Look at that bottom one. That bottom one's yours. That's another shirt that he made. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah, dude. Bob Breyer's Fryer.
Bob Breyer's
We each got one of those.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, dude. That's crazy.
Look at the arm. Look at that arm over there. That side. He's got a little air fryer thing on there.
Bro.
And on the other one.
It's got the logo?
Yeah. And it's still comfort colors and everything. That's not necessarily, like, I joke about that not necessarily making the, that's probably not a mass production thing. But the fact that little fucking joke made such an impact, at least. Because I was like.
If people don't remember, I forget how.
I didn't. I had to look it up. I was like, wait, Bob Breyer's Fryers. I know we did that. What was that? And I was like, that's like drummer's guy.
Yeah, rest in peace to the original drummer of My Chemical Romance.
That piece of shit that died that everybody hates, apparently.
He had bad politics, so we're glad he's dead.
Right.
His name was Bob Breyer. And then you just hopped in being like, do you sell fryers? Or you jumped in somehow, and we were just doing this riff that he was like the Bob Vance from Vance Refrigeration.
Yeah.
Just being like, hey, I'm Bob Breyer. You trying to get some fryers?
He's your guy.
I'm your guy.
And it was just a silly thing. It's like how every once in a while, we just go on these little silly riffs where we just go. And I actually found it. I might actually clip it because I was like, I'm surprised we didn't clip that initially.
I did, but then it was like,
who's gonna like this?
Well, no, he just died,
yeah,
and it felt insensitive. I didn't feel I had it like kind of clipped up. I was in the process of clipping it, and then I was like, well, I didn't want people to associate us with everyone celebrating his death,
right?
And so that's why I just was like,
That's
maybe
a good
we
point.
don't.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's different.
Yeah.
But like at the time, I didn't feel right about it.
But now
this is so fucking funny though, because it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised it looks good, but it looks like a legit.
For a bit, it's awesome.
Us and the 8 people that listen to the podcast know the bit. For everyone else, this just looks like a memorial thing.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
And the established, I'm assuming he was probably born in 1979. Since 1979, I'm your guyer, dude. It's fucking
Bob Breyer
bravo
Fryers,
to you.
I'm your guyer.
Jeff, I had the same exact reaction.
That's I was like, funny.
I went, no.
Yeah.
But the other thing, right?
Oh, you showed me this.
This is pretty sick. So I don't know if I'm telling you, I'm down for any of this being merch.
Yeah.
Maybe except for obviously the official things. You know, we got to work on our maybe some badges or some, again, for deputization. But any of this stuff, if anybody's interested in any of this shit as merch, let us know. And Jeff, I'm sure we could get in contact with whoever you worked with. But if you want to, I don't know how you want to.
This rules. Well,
koozies, obviously.
Got some koozies.
Love those koozies.
They rip.
Yeah.
They got the art.
Fucking love it.
Which goes hard. Ooh, patches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Patches.
So I'm assuming.
Patches. A lot of them. Too.
Yeah. So like those are
very fucking generous.
If you guys are down to fucking clown, you want to put these on your goddamn backpacks or your
that rule. Yeah, we should bring these patches with us.
Pins.
Got some pins.
Yeah.
And this is with the logo.
But
this is the to-do though. The fucking.
I haven't claimed one yet. So whatever one you want.
Thank God there's 2.
Yeah.
Because when you showed me, I was like, that's so cool. Is there only one?
Oh, did I only send one?
You sent me the picture, and I didn't think about it, but I was like, that's very cool. Is there only one? And we got official Pit Police caps.
You better believe we're wearing these at the show. I'm wearing these to every fucking concert I go to from now on. If I'm working, obviously. But then we were talking about, like, what would be the merch? Because obviously we can't sell these.
Oh, and they fit my big ass head.
Yeah, it's comfortable, dude. Like I said, I told him, dude, I don't know how you got a high quality trucker hat.
Dude, I might have to hit him up to do like fucking panties merch.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I mean,
this
he's obvious.
Look at this. Oh, it's so comfy. It's so soft and comfy. Look
Dude,
at that.
I'm not kidding. We might have to like talk about a deal of him making fucking Drag the Lake panties merch, all that shit.
You want Bob Breyer's Fryers shirts?
Bob Breyer's Fryers. Well, because I'm like, that's merch. That's good merch for the pod.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things where you're like, hey, it doesn't have to say Drag the Lake on the sleeve. We like that. I like a little here, I call this a formal tramp stamp.
Well, also, sometimes with those types of shirts, it's better to not just have the logo on Front Street, because it's like, if someone goes, the fuck's Bob Breyer's Fryers? Because like, if someone reads that and they go, Bob Breyer's Fryers, I'm your guyer, They're like, the fuck is that? We may legally, we might not be able to do it.
That's what I was worried about. That's what I was worried about these. I was like, I think I said it.
Oh yeah, you sent that to me. I was like, well, you're also friends with Shane, and you're not trying to sell.
I'm not selling them. Yeah,
you're not selling pins behind his back.
No.
I'm sure Shane's not gonna mind that. But no, legally, we probably couldn't technically. But he also died with no loved ones. So who's gonna
fight
for
that guy? The joke is he's actually nobody's guy, or nobody likes him.
He's actually not anyone's guyer.
Yeah. Everybody has a lot of ire, let's say, for that guy.
I like these hats a lot too because usually I'm a 2 snaps on the back guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, or like with my Every Time I Die hat, I'm a big dad hat guy because the
flap.
I like brim. The brim doesn't like lock onto my head as hard.
Yeah.
But this right here, this is nice. This is a good fitted because it's got a little give. Or I'm sorry, this is a good trucker because it's got some give to it. This would be nice too whenever we do the segment on the pod. Can whip the hats out.
It's not a segment anymore, man. Now it's life.
Now we just bleed blue.
Yeah, I think honestly, I get the thin blue line. I told him the little rope. We got the rope hat on there too. We have the little. See that?
Yeah, this is really good.
It's a quality trucker hat. And I'd never, since the Ashton Kutcher days, I would never think, or Von Dutch, you know what I mean? That was the last quality trucker. And then they started mass producing like crazy. But, none of this shit was phoned in. It was mailed.
Yo, Farwild, hit me up with a fucking panties shirt, and we could talk about doing merch.
Yeah. I'm definitely down for either design, or anything. Like as of right now, we have something to grow, at least pass out at shows.
Well, I mean,
run into a fan or something like that.
It's kind of official. He's kind of our merch guy now.
Well, I didn't know if he just knew a merch company and just facilitated it for us, or if he has any interest in that. But I'm absolutely willing to work out some merch because the pit police, we can have our pit deputies, but I think we're the only police. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
We can't just not everybody can just be a pit police. Like, you got to be qualified. How do we can't just sell a hat.
But we need numbers for our ranks. We're just going to be like a small little... That's how you get...
We can't go military.
That's how the fucking pit Antifa take over the police station, like in Portland.
All right.
Because they don't have a strong enough pit police force.
Okay, but we need leadership. It starts from the top, right? We're the
any fat racist guy that wants to join, we hire him.
But what if you see somebody... crowd killing in a pit police hat?
Well, you look after your boys and you cover it up.
You do what? Yeah, you do those things where you go like,
you plant.
He's a good guy. What are you saying? Look, he's on paid leave.
Why? What's the fucking meme? He's like, what? He's like, he killed. What about the body?
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
He's a good guy.
yeah. What about the murder? What murder?
What about the crowd killing? What crowd killing?
Yeah, you're right. We just support him. Okay.
Yeah, dude, you gotta back your. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, through sale of a tent to maybe $12 hat.
We have to plant drugs on minorities in the pit.
Yeah, but I will say. Well, we got the baggies for it. No, I think no. The only thing I was saying, because I was joking, like I said, what are? Do we just almost hold hands?
That was really close to literally being married to each other.
But we got to talk to him about the margins because this is not low quality shit.
No.
So we got to make sure, but it is high quality in as far as the design. And I was saying, you don't have to make Drag the Lake merch, but we would appreciate it. We're not against it. We're not going to sue you. I mean, well, would we? Unless they made a lot of money on it.
Suing only matters if you actually give a shit.
Also, you know what? I'm bluffing.
I'm
never gonna call a lawyer.
I would adore. Well, if we were big and people were making if there was an actual store selling Drag the Lake merch.
If
we
were big,
yeah.
Come on, brother.
When we get big, positive thinking. No, but if you're just on your own making bootleg Drag the Lake merch, that rules.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I ain't mad.
If you're setting up a wholesale deal with fucking Costco, then I'm going to be mad.
Honestly, if you set it up and just cut us in 10%?
Honestly?
Bro, we did nothing.
Yo, honestly,
fucking
if you did
copyright infringe us, do it.
If you just literally give us a percentage.
Yeah.
Do all of it. Just give us a percentage.
Cut us in at least lowest common denominator, lowest double digits. And then you go with it. We trust you. Jeff, do it.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
You know what? That is it.
Or anyone.
As long as you cut us in.
Also, free merch for us.
I need.
I'm not an idiot.
Need 2 of each shirt.
2 of each shirt in the size that I say at the time. We'll see. It's probably gonna be 2X. Might be an XL.
That'd be so funny. You do a whole deal with fucking Kohl's or something, and then you just throw us like 10%.
Yeah, but dude, that would be a sick 10%.
I mean, it would be the same. I mean, I feel like that's how all that shit works.
I think that's honestly, if you think about it,
there's a
bunch of negotiating.
I think we're retarded. I think we're retarded. I think that's just how business works.
Yeah, that is how I think.
You just have a T-shirt company that does everything and gives you your cut because they're using your likeness.
Yeah. So wait, hey, where's our cut?
Well, it all depends on. But no one knows us. We don't get a cut.
So this is our cut.
This cost him a lot of money. Don't ask for a cut. Don't ask him for a cut. He gave us a bunch of free product.
I'm gonna save the note too.
Yeah, give us a shit ton of free. This would cost us $200.
I'm telling you, this is a lot.
This is a lot.
I think he kept some of these koozies though. It's a good koozie.
It's a good koozie.
How much would you guys pay for this? Jeff, we're gonna make this money back for you. Did he just turn us into merch dealers? We did it.
Do we work for Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff. Can I have tomorrow off?
What's his social media?
Far Wild. I think he just goes through. I think he runs the Far Wild page.
FARWYLD.
That's right. Oh yeah. Then the Far Wild shit, honestly, is so if that is their merch, if it's printed on those shirts and everything, like he's not just churching it up just for us, then definitely get their merch because their art complements their music for sure. Like it's like, and it's also I kind of joke about it, like it kind of reminds me of like classic NES like art and stuff like that, super like video game art and shit, but like it's just cool imagery, like it's just cool sick ass imagery, and the songs fucking rip. So follow them definitely on Spotify.
Yeah.
Follow them on Instagram.
Looks like Far Wild Metal on social media, and then just search Far Wild on Spotify, and they show up right away.
I think my favorite song right now by them is actually it's this one. It's the Atonement of the Wolf. That's my favorite one right now.
I'll have to check him out. I haven't actually listened to him yet.
Yeah, so like he sent me a couple shirts that are sick as hell. I go through them in the unboxing video. And if you guys want us like to talk about your band, give it a listen. If you're heavy hitter,
give us free stuff.
Give us some shirts, and we'll fucking praise.
It would actually be all jokes aside. I'm adding Far Wild's music. That's why I'm not looking at you guys. It would actually. We are merch nerds.
Yeah.
And so if you want a good, true review of your merch, it would behoove you.
I would definitely say experts. Experts because we not only that we have. People in our lives that care pretty much as much. Steph loves merch. Steph loves she knows how much you love merch.
Dude, I got her a Walmart Misfits shirt for Christmas.
Right? She loved it.
She loved it.
I'm telling you.
I told her it was.
Did you get her the Five Below one?
No. This one was $8.99.
This Five Below. It was actually I think it was $6, but.
Yeah. Well, I already did. I wasn't specifically looking, but I stumbled upon it.
But we have a size chart going all the way up to 3X, all the way down to small. So we have varieties. So we will give the full review. Dom is very happy with her shirt. She loved it. She wanted to say thank you to Jeff as well. And the koozies, the patches, anything if you're in a band, for sure hit up Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
If he's willing to do merch shit. If that's something that he's a lane that he goes down, I can say for any bands out there, hook up with Jeff, get him to make your merch, and then send us
Figure out what makes him tick.
Send us
Date him for a while. You mean message.
I
thought you meant.
And then also design. Why don't you design us a couple things?
Send us a lot of free shit.
Hey, what about some No More Heroes stuff?
That'd be a great way, dude, to get your merch up.
Yeah.
To be all right, contest. Everyone send us Make a Drag the Lake design and send us 5 of every shirt size with that design on it.
Yeah.
And then and that's how we just restock our merch every time.
Yeah. And then we'll cut you in a percentage. 10%.
All right. New contest. Replenish our merch store.
Yeah. Make us some merch to sell back to you. No, honestly, though, I think a fan-made merch or listener-made merch, whatever you want to call it, like, is cool in general, but like you see him hit, like I'm assuming he designs his merch or whoever makes their designs is sick as shit. So like the fact that he figured this out, and then the Bob Breyer thing, that was such a lovely surprise. That's why I didn't.
It was a great surpriser, dude. Yeah. Like on the Rob Breyer Fryer shirt was a good surpriser. That was insane. I didn't don't get me wrong, all of this was cool, but like Pat already sent me like a picture of some of it. So I wasn't like shocked. And then it's our logo, so it's like I've seen that but the Bob Breyer Fryer shirt is crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That is I love an original piece of merch, and I'm pretty sure unless he made himself one. By the way, we're gonna have to sue you for that because that's copyright infringement.
Yeah, our
that was our likeness.
Jewish lawyers are gonna be after you.
So, but anyway, we'll make plenty of money off of these babies right here.
Yeah, patches are still popular.
If anybody, dude, this is one of those things where I'm like, I feel like at least. What, like there's probably 50 here, 40 here, 30?
No.
20?
Clearly like 15.
You think clearly 15?
You said there was 40 of them?
Hold on.
There's 10.
7, 8.
Am I about to nail it?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah. You said there was 40 or 50 there.
You don't think so?
We both held it. You just counted it. We both held it.
How many do you think's in here? Like 50?
That's closer to 50, but still not.
What do you think? This is also another thing we'll do too. Send us a random amount of the merch, and Andy will guess how many there is.
We will do very low-level carnival tricks.
Do this one, Rain Man.
Stop fucking... You fucking cunt.
How many toothpicks, you fucking freak?
I'm an asshole because you can't count.
Yes!
20.
I bet there's 25.
We'll
find out in the next show. That's cliffhanger.
Find out on the Patreon. Patreon.
Jeff, make us a Patreon. Damn, people are doing a better job marketing our show than us, but Jeff...
Well, that's what happens a lot of times with podcasting. Like, I saw it with... not that I'm, like, deep in at Gas Digital, but I know everyone there. And, like, there's been so many times with Gas Digital, it's just, like, some ragtag shit. And then a fan is like, yo... That's how we first started doing clips for panties. A fan just hit us up and was like...
Why don't you clip your show?
Yo, I made clips for you guys. Do you want them? And we're like, yeah.
Cool.
Do it more.
Yeah.
And then we sent him a couple bucks for those, and then like he stopped doing it for whatever reason. And then we were like, well fuck, we need clips. So then we hit up, speaking of Gas Digital, we hit up that Gay Blind Menace, Mike. Yeah. And but I saw it at Gas. Like people would just contact them and be like, hey, can I do this for you? And they're like, I guess.
So if there's 40 of you that want a patch, let us know. You can send us $40 a piece.
That's a thing people don't talk about, by the way. Like if you're listening to a podcast you like, and because most dudes who podcast are just dudes who want to like hang out and talk shit and just like chill.
Yeah.
Smelling all 20 of them.
Yeah.
They're like, they're dudes who just want to like hang out, get a little fucked up and talk shit. And when it comes to like the business stuff, like any of you out there who's like, why is there no t-shirts for panties? We don't really want to do that. Like, because
you know the thing that's weird is
it's
like,
gay to take care of that.
But if you don't have the inside joke kind of thing, like then I've found this out. Because I've joined Patreons before where they're like, we'll send you a free hat. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, I gotta wear a fucking hat that says the name of a podcast I listen to. But if it was an inside joke from the show or like
that's the best.
Like those things I think are the best merch. Unless it's a koozie. I feel like koozies are always good for logos.
Yeah, see that's why I wanted to make
or pins.
Cuz like it says Drag the Lake, but I wanted to make a cool stylistic logo. Eventually thinking about merch because it's like you want it to, podcast merch does suck ass sometimes.
Yeah.
So you want to make it look like it's another thing. Right. So like this looks like you're a fan of a comic book.
I just got when the guys were here, the Little Stinkers guys, I talked about them on the last show.
Their merch is amazing.
Their merch, Kumquat Hour, again, comfort color shirts. And it's about the episode of the show, or the part of the show where they're not talking about the murders and they're just kind of in basically garbage time. And
what's the thing on the back it says, though?
It says, hey, keep honking. I'm listening to my favorite podcast, Little Stinkers, Kumquat Hour, or something like that. Like, it's like a big run-on sentence in all these different fonts and shit. But it's that same, that's the kind of shit. The wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like not, and that's what I was saying, is like the Bob Breyer thing is a great thing or Pit Police. Like, these are good merch ideas. And like the koozie, like everything he sent us is great for us to like actually take like a poll of you guys, because I collect this shit. At least the koozies, the pins, like
you're
shit like that.
You're a big koozie guy, yeah.
I like pins. I like that kind of like the weird. I like patches too, but I really hate sewing shit on.
You gotta give Jake a patch.
Oh yeah,
he's the only guy with a vest we know.
That's true. Actually, I have a faux denim jacket that I have that I'll probably put one of those jokers on.
We should start. I feel like we should get metal vests.
I have one. I have a jacket I'm working on, but not. I could cut the sleeves off.
I think we should cut the sleeves off.
You think I should go? I mean, I'm eventually gonna move back to the Northeast. So like.
Well, then you can put the sleeves back on.
But I can't sew.
Just fucking stay.
I mean, I can cut. I can go grab the jacket.
I believe. Pat?
Huh?
Let me tell you right now.
Can you just take a patch to a place and have them sew it onto a thing? Is that a stupid question? Is there like lids? I can go to lids.
No, well, I think that was like the secret to all patches is all punks they don't want to admit that they just got their mom to do it.
Yeah, the ones that looked really good was like you're definitely either you're a Boy Scout or gay or both, and your mom did it.
Well, that was the irony of every like patch on like a punk shirt or whatever is like you got someone, because I feel like sewing's not punk rock.
No.
So it means like to get your punk jacket made, you had to do it through inherently non-punk endeavors.
Right. It's the
all
same
punks
idea.
are posers.
Cat just attacked my back.
That rules.
But it's like the same idea we were talking about with the hair.
You'd never be able to kill the president like that.
I could kill so many presidents.
All right, chill. Parody.
Sorry, he
came
on my ego. I apologize.
You know what? I fell back into a corner and I was swinging.
The only thing that just happened was an ego assassination. Nothing else. I promise.
I'd be able to kill so many presidents.
I promise. I don't want to. You're right. That's not a thing I should tout about. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeff, don't make that merch. Don't quote me on that. But it's the same idea we were talking about. Fuck, what were we just saying? God damn it.
Jeff just sends us all these T-shirts that say, I want to kill the president.
No, Jeff. Don't quote us on that.
Quote Pat George.
No!
There's like a timestamp on the shirt.
But it's the same idea as like when you go like with the hair and shit like that. When you're like, the nicer your mohawk looks, the more time you've spent making it look cool.
Yeah.
And like pretty and like really bright colors and like, you specifically are. It's like it's a weird image thing that like messing with your hair for a half an hour to make it look like you don't give a shit. Like you're like that kind of shit where you're like that's the more phony you are. So the patch thing, I feel like I kind of just leaned into it where I was like...
That's why I'm a real motherfucker and look like shit all the time.
Yeah, I just keep the rips in my clothing.
Because I'm authentic.
Mostly in between my legs.
You ripped your taint?
I split my pants a lot.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sometimes when it's cold, I wear long johns and they wear down. So I'll bend over and I go... and I go... and I just feel between. I go... Didn't go all the way through.
I used to have that all the time in high school because I'd be wearing like tight pants and shit.
Yeah.
So many like...
Anywhere I need a patch, I would not want to put my favorite band or podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like where I would just put it like,
dude, that'd be so funny if there's a bunch of fat fans out there with our patches over their fucking
worn
grundle.
out in between their fucking legs.
Dude, we should make a Drag the Lake taint patch.
No, that's what's it called? The bum flap. We'll get those bum flaps, but they actually work. Yeah. Can you make us onesie pajamas where the butt flap is the Drag the Lake logo?
Bro, can you make my wardrobe for the next year?
Can you make mine 14X?
Can you make me a bunch of shirts that have the Gucci logo on it and look authentic?
Also onesies, because we're the aging podcaster.
Forward, could you make counterfeit clothing for us? For us to read.
Counterfeit, can you make me a Slayer shirt that fits? Because honestly, I don't think they know what their fans look
Actually,
like. I don't think they know what their fucking fans look like.
Same with fucking Knock Loose. Because Knock Loose is like cool guy music now.
Yeah.
So they think all their fucking fans are hot mall goth chicks.
Tommy Pope fucking designed it all.
I
got a button-down band shirt. Suck my dick.
Suck my dick, you jacked wop.
Yeah.
You fucking beautiful bitch.
You beautiful asshole in corduroy.
I love Tommy so much.
He almost hit me with his car. Did I ever tell you that?
Really?
Yeah, recently.
It was probably your fault. He's hot.
I was leaving the creek. I had the right of way, and he fucking him in his black truck went right in front of me. In his big black truck.
Black truck.
Tommy asshole.
Tommy Pope.
Trying to kill me.
Fucking piece of shit. Pat, you okay over there? Fucking Tommy Pope tried
Next time there's Tommy Pope and friends, can you just have me there?
I was just trying to fucking talk to Tommy and he tried to kill me.
I didn't mention that part of the story. I was crossing the street, waving at him, going, "Hey, Tommy!" and he goes, strictly maintaining eye contact.
I crossed the street and I said, "Is that my friend Tommy Pope?"
And I said, "Tommy, it's me, Pat."
And
he
I
goes,
heard,
"I know."
I heard the engine get louder, and he yelled, "Finally!" I was like, "What does that mean, Tommy?"
It's my time.
No, he just goes back to like one time in Philly, you cut Tommy off while walking to the bathroom, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill that piece of shit."
Piece of shit.
Fucking piece of shit. Fucking dumbass.
Fucking kill my time. It's gonna be my time.
I love Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted. Did you have anything?
You said Knock Loose fans don't know that.
Oh yeah, Farwild needs to counterfeit Knock Loose merch too, because their shit's fucking crazy. I got burnt twice before I just gave up on ever buying Knock Loose shit. But like, I didn't get burnt twice. My buddy, who he's a one of those pieces.
My buddy Schmandy.
No, I'm talking about Pat number one.
Oh.
He's one of those assholes who like can control his weight and isn't a big fat guy.
What an ass.
That's why I can't do. I was like, buddy, I only do. He wanted to do comedy. I was like, I only do stand up with big fat idiots. Yeah. And you're kind of like successful and thin, so you're gonna need to kick
Bye, Pat number one. There's a new number one in town.
Oh, I'm just gonna be thin and start a family. That's cool. I'm gonna figure out how to call things gay.
Oh, what? You got bum cum, pussy?
Oh, you don't talk weakly into a microphone and figure out clever ways to interpret your thoughts? Loser. Have fun with your second child.
You're not trying to monetize your opinion and perspective?
You don't want to record all your hobbies and post them to YouTube? You fucking pussy? You fucking loser? Oh, what'd you do? Go to college, learn a skill, and now you get paid decently at that? You fucking pussy?
You sound like me at the doctor.
No, but he's like a medium. And he ordered a fucking medium, and it said it fit him like it felt like a youth small. And I had the same thing when I was still like a genuine 2X.
Yeah,
it came in and it fit like a large. So that's why Steph has 2 Knock Loose shirts.
It's crazy. It's nuts because you're like it. Like I
want to rep their shit so bad,
dude. This is what these are.
Every time I die, can't be the only band I wear while I say racist things. Knock Loose has to also be that.
Somebody
band.
else needs to get monetized or recognized.
I want to say racist shit in a Knock Loose shirt,
but this is a skirt. This show is for the people that went to shows and asked the merch guy if they could try on a shirt. Do you know what I'm saying?
I gotta be honest though, that is wild.
It's crazy.
You can't ask to try on the shit.
Why?
Because you're sweaty.
Not yet.
Everyone at the show smells bad.
Yeah. So have a loner.
They just have 5 shirts to try on.
Bro, look. If it fits, I'll keep it.
Dude, it would hold the line.
I'm looking to buy money.
There's so many fat guys just trying to like put the shirt on over their shirt and
have a changing station.
They're trying to do the math. Like, all right, how much does my shirt make this tight, and how much is it me making the shirt tight?
I know my size.
No, you can't.
Right? And I go to the store and I go to a show and I go, I'll have my size, and they give it to me and I go, this isn't my size.
I will say they should allow you to put it up to your chest, but you can't try it on.
You think my chest doesn't smell? You think my chest isn't sweaty?
So now you're admitting you smell.
All right, Your Honor. I don't think I'm on trial here, okay? We're talking about the merch people, not me.
No, sir. We're going to have to try to figure out if you're smelly or not.
All right. I did change my shirt before you got here because I was like, I smell onions.
Dude, the fear.
But I just got out of the shower.
Or the letdown you had because I was like, that's wild. You're like, exactly.
Exactly. That's
and
crazy.
Then I was
You're
like,
right.
And then I was like, I'm about to say the exact opposite of what you think.
No, I think you're right. That does slow. But, like, it's not like it's not a Taylor Swift show. Like, they don't have a fucking line around the block.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I go to a Slick Shoes show. I go to a Slick Shoes show and I go, hey, man, give me one of them Slick Shoes.
Exactly.
And I go, hey, pal, throw me one of them XLs because I was just a little fatty at the time. And I put it on and I go, and then you wash that bitch?
Yeah.
It's over. That's before I realized air drying is important.
That's what I was going to ask you about your Flagman shirt.
I air dry everything though.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Well, at least my shirts. I don't fuck around.
Mine didn't make it through the wash.
Brother, what?
That's a little tight.
Oh, it got tight.
A little tight now. I was sad.
How tight?
A little tight.
Like 2X tight?
Like I gotta get rid of my gut. Dude, I was so pissed.
You should try to work back into the Flagman shirt.
I think I can work my way.
Don't give up on the Flagman shirt.
I know we're not supposed to acknowledge that we read every single comment, but every comic reads every single comment.
Yeah.
But there was a guy who's like,
I sometimes seek them out.
Well, there was a dude who was like, Andy's gut is so big. It's so funny paired up with his tiny little legs. And I go, my legs are beautiful.
I think you got proportionate gut to legs.
No,
that might have been the.
Well, no, I've had it a lot where, because I still kind of wear like form-fitting pants because I just grew up wearing skinny jeans and I don't like baggy pants. And I do just have like a big linebacker top to me. So there are times where Glenn Tickle, you remember him? He had the funniest joke. He goes, this is when I was heavy into my skinny jeans wearing era. He goes, Andy looks like you went to the park and there was those like, you know, those games where you spin and there's different people's bodies. He looks like you spun them and you stopped on the football player's top and ended on the ballerina's legs.
Yeah.
But also
I don't think it's that, like, I guess with the skinny jeans, but like I would say like overall, like I don't think it's that.
Well, the problem too is like the way the camera is now on panties, you can see like my whole body, and the way I'm sitting, it just. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm small and the angle makes me look big.
I'm saying your legs are bigger than that.
I'm saying Thank you. I appreciate you complimenting my legs so much. It means a lot to me actually. But I think the way I'm sitting on panties is it makes my big belly look even bigger.
Yeah. I just kind of I've always been fat. For whatever age, like I was husky, I was like big bone, like all those things, like through the whole time. But then eventually you get to middle school, high school, and then they're like, then other people start telling you like, yeah, no, you're fat.
You're fat.
Yeah, you're like because up until then it's either other kids. Like I didn't get bullied too much in like elementary school.
Yeah.
But middle and like high school and shit like that. That was essentially the recognition of like no you're a fat guy, like it's you're fat, like it's overweight. So wearing like band merch or finding shit that fit, I actually would get like those iron-on shits from like the Warped Tour, like they would have iron-on like patches or whatever decals, and I'd have like a fucking a 3. By the way, I was not a 3X, but I was buying like 3X shirts. Unless 3X at that time was whatever, but they were super baggy shirts and this little bitty logo, Melancholy logo, Pennywise logo. I had a NoFX shirt like this that I wore forever. Those were my band shirts because I lost so much faith in like if I go to a show, because I started going to shows in like middle school.
Okay.
So like there was, I think Pennywise, where I got fooled by the big heavy decal. Another one. If I had held onto this shirt and like said like, oh yeah, this is pretty nice, I would have been like, no, this is actually kind of. It was just a big decal, like the whole size of your back. So that was my back.
I don't know
sweat.
what the material is, but because this
it's super heavy.
Like this, the letters are like a part of the shirt, and even actually to compliment Farwild one more time, like this
it's not
one,
just one big block.
This one's like a huge picture on the shirt, but it like you can like if I'm blind and I'm touching the shirt, I can feel where the picture is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a part of the shirt. There's those other shirts where they just have a huge, giant, heavy, decal, and those ones. Because I was always like very self-conscious of how much I was sweating and stuff because I never wanted to be the smelly fat guy.
Right.
And so those ones, you were very aware of them if you were sweating, and I never liked those.
And that was an army green Pennywise shirt with like a thin decal thing here that says Pennywise and then the big P on the back.
Yeah.
So like that one was like, I don't know, this is not a very comfortable shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude,
when they're on the back too, it's worse.
For the longest time, I was not ever finding like. And then if my brothers went to a show, I'd say, oh, give me a shirt or something like that, and they'd come back and it'd always be, it wouldn't fit or something like that. I don't think until, I'll have to say, I think honestly, Gwar.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say Gwar was probably the first time, because even MXPX, I would always try. Like so, like a couple of my first shows were like Pennywise, MXPX. I went to like Mustard Plug and Youth Brigade. A couple of some really big lineups at the time. Bouncing Souls were at one of them.
Oh, okay.
So, but the first piece of merch that I remember fitting perfectly, and I remember thinking like I got the size I thought, and it fit better than I thought. It was Gwar. Scumdogs of the Universe, a white T-shirt that I bought at the show, wore at the show, so it got all fucking covered in shit.
That's awesome.
And I had that shirt until like probably a couple years ago. I'm not joking. I'm not like probably 15 years.
So I've had that plenty of times, but the most notable one, because I lost it, is I would go, because I always love getting like for holidays or birthdays, I like to do one big gift and then a bunch of small little things.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times I'll grab, because Steph loves band shirts. She doesn't really wear them out, but she loves them like around the house. And I got her, what the fuck? I was getting her something, but they had like a 3 for 1 deal or some shit.
Yeah.
So I go, let me get myself one, because they had a really cool and Out Come the Wolves. Uh-huh. And brother, it fit good. It had a little extra length on the bottom. And dude, I don't know what we were in the Jersey apartment when I got it. I don't know what happened. It just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't think Steph doesn't just throw my shirts out. She'll like, if she sees my underwear is a little worse for wear or like my socks or something, she'll take it upon, but she doesn't really throw anything of my stuff out before asking me. So I'm guessing she didn't throw it out. She's lost that shirt, and I've been so sad about, because it's like I have a lot of shirts. Like it's with the Every Time I Die shirts. Most of them fit pretty good, but there's a couple that are like, dude, it's so funny. I'm literally like, I realized how bad I've been eating, because like over the past week, I was more mindful of like, I have a bunch of like meat in the fridge.
Yeah.
I cooked a bunch of rice. I have a bunch of like grilled peppers. So I've been doing a lot of, for breakfast, I'll do like eggs and all that shit. And then for lunch or dinner, I'll do like a burrito bowl with all that shit. And like, I just been feeling better. And I was like, I don't even think I've lost any weight. I'm just not fucking bloated all the time from eating fast food. And like a lot of my shit just fits better.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's I remember there was a shirt that I lost. It was one of the other ones that like, you know, like even the ones where like you look back and you see pictures of it and you're like, man, I missed that shirt. There was 2 other ones that I had that I loved. It was a Rage Against the Machine hoodie that I had, which was perfect. Yeah. But the other one that I lost, and I remember how I lost it, I think I remember how I lost it. I had a Roger Merritt and the Disasters shirt.
Who's that?
Roger Merritt, I believe, was the lead singer of Agnostic Front.
Okay.
And that was his side project. I got to see them at State Theater.
Oh, cool.
And loved it. but their shirt fit perfectly. Oh my goodness! It was one of the greatest shirts I've ever had in my life. I wore that sumbitch all the time, and it was an Iron Cross. Also, it was an Iron Cross design, and I remember. I think this is the night I lost it. I was in a karaoke contest at this gay bar in Tampa.
What was your song?
C is for Cookie by the Cookie Monster. That's not a joke.
I didn't think it was.
There was a karaoke guy that had
I'm not kidding.
Had a catalog, and one day when I was there at this other place called Grand Central in downtown St. Pete, I noticed in his catalog he had C is for Cookie. I go, is that for real? You really have C is for Cookie? And we would, how the joke is, Cookie Monster has the Cookie Monster voice for metal, like that kind of correlation. Yeah. So I would go up and do a pretty sick Cookie Monster impersonation, but nail this song.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, people were joking. I actually won a karaoke level.
Got a lot of head from some gay guys.
Offered for sure. Approached in the stall, confirmed. But there was that guy was running a thing over the mail room, MALE.
Pat.
Over in Tampa.
How many gay clubs are you going to back in Tampa?
Brother, all the ones that would let me drink for free. All of them, dude. I'm telling you, a 16-year-old kid playing pool, singing karaoke.
Dudes are.
He had Misfit songs. You could bring him a song, and he would make you a song. So we brought him Misfit songs. We brought him fucking Ramones songs.
Gay dudes are never gonna beat the grooming allegations.
I gotta tell you. So, and the funniest thing was the guy serving us was not gay.
You got groomed by gay dudes
and one non-gay guy. Bro, I'm bragging about it. I won a contest.
Yeah, you got free beer.
We won this bar tab we won. The amount of money that I ended up winning at this karaoke contest ended up just covering our bar tab.
How much money was it?
It was apparently a lot. I don't know. I don't remember. And honestly, they could have been lying. I don't even know if they were charging us for drinks.
Oh, they probably lied to you.
Hammered by the end of the night, right? Hammered drunk. And
you used to drink a lot?
Yeah. When I was I was 16.
No, I'm just saying because I know you as a guy who smokes a shit ton of weed and drinks a tiny bit.
Yeah, I used to drink a lot more. I used to be way more impulsive drinking wise than I am.
Gotcha. Okay.
So and on our way back from Tampa, I don't think anybody was able to drive, but whoever was driving. I was in the back seat, and I ended up throwing up on myself.
Oh.
And on that shirt.
Yeah.
So I think I woke up the next day, and that shirt was probably balled up or thrown away, and just kind of.
I had to get rid of a pair of shoes for that.
I had nothing to show for it.
Dude, I had this pair of like Nike Air Maxes that I fucking randomly found them at a whatever that cheap shoe store, like Payless Shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
They had this like random pair of Nike Air Maxes that like looked legit, and they were like $80 because normally those shoes are like 120 to like 140. And yeah, it was Gardini was doing one of his shows in New York at Sesh Comedy Club, and Gardini used to live right next to me in Jersey, so like. A lot of times when he would do that, I'd roll up with him. Well, I ended up getting fucking hammered, which was really fun because we weren't even like – it was funny. The comedy club was super tiny, so a lot of people – we'd just go to hang, and most of us would be just drinking out front because you're allowed to just drink on the street now in New York.
Really?
Yeah. After COVID, they just made it
it's like actually legal?
Well, like we used to go to the Stand all the time during COVID because they were one of the only comedy clubs that was still open. And so we would go to the Stand a lot. And like during COVID, they just did not care about you drinking in the streets. And then it didn't really seem like they cared that much afterwards.
Yeah.
After COVID restrictions lightened. But yeah, so I ended up getting hammered. And then that was the same night we got a shit ton of pizza. And then I came back. Gardini dropped me off, and I was sober, but I was like, I sobered up more or less, but I was still kind of sleepy from just like, I was falling asleep in his car and shit. But so I'm driving home, and for whatever reason, my stomach starts grumbling. So I pull over, get out of the car, puke, and I remember like puking straight down, and it was that thing where I was like, man, I hope I didn't get too much puke on my shoes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I probably got a little bit. I walk in. My white Air Maxes look like I fucking threw confetti on them. They're just covered with like, and I cleaned them up. And after I cleaned them up really good, and then I just was like, they're still puke shoes to me.
Yeah.
So I had to toss them.
Yeah.
But
that's like.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my favorite shirt I remembered was this is when actually they still sell decent shirts, but they're more into like anime and silly shirts is Hot Topic. But they used to sell like much more way cooler band shirts, and I had a really sick fucking Dead Kennedy shirt, and it said "Kill the Poor" on the front. It had like a bulldozer. No. Yeah. The one with the fucking scoop on the front.
The hand?
No. What's the construction equipment?
Fresh fruit for rotting vegetables?
Yeah, it had like the big scoop on the front, and it said "Kill the Poor," and you could actually see a hand sticking out of the dirt and shit. And then on the back it said "Greed is not an American value." And I remember I had an old man randomly one time where he was like, "That's a good shirt, son." But no, that one was another one that fit perfect, and I had to get rid of it at one point.
Like it's so frustrating because it's like I probably still hang on to shirts that like I've either that don't fit right anymore or I just don't wear a lot, and for some reason I can't get rid of them, but also I don't want to like. But most of the ones that I have from growing up, I think are done for, or maybe like we put aside because Dom was talking about making a quilt a couple years ago.
Do you save any shirts?
I don't. That's what I was just saying. I don't know if I actually. I think I always end up donating clothes, so I end up I think it's kind of funny to be like, I'm gonna donate this Guar shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's almost like a nice even if it's not charity wise. Like it's a good shirt. It's good enough. Maybe they'll use it. Maybe they don't.
Yeah.
But like eventually when I get rid of I have that Angela Hill shirt, which is she's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
And it says "bitch fucking season" on it.
Oh, that one I've seen that. That one rips.
So like eventually instead of just like getting rid of a shirt or holding onto it forever, I donate it and then just go like at least somebody's gonna have to see this.
There's a few shirts. Not from like the only shirt I have from high school that I kept for like sentimental reasons. There was like an Enter Shikari tank top that like just I remember I got it at Warped Tour. And that was just one that like never got scrapped. I never threw it out for whatever reason or whatever the fuck. And yeah, that one, there was always something about it that I was like, I don't want to get rid. Because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I have a few shirts. Like when I was still a fan and not as deep into comedy, I went to like the first Skankfest.
Yeah.
I bought a t-shirt there.
I remember that.
Yeah, I kept that one because it just feels cool to have like one of the first Skankfest t-shirts, even if I was there as a fan.
I keep mementos. For
sure. But
Trophies.
I don't have because I couldn't. The Enter Shikari shirt's like a large. I couldn't fit. Bro, I can't fit into shirts I owned 2 years ago.
And that's what I'm saying.
Like I couldn't fit into maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Give myself a little bit of credit. But I couldn't. But yeah, there's like a tiny bit of shirts I still have for sentimental reasons.
But I do. We have talked about this many times. What?
I just remembered my favorite shirt I have. My buddy Mike from Pennsylvania. He had this podcast and clothing company called Never Again.
Yeah.
He made a shirt when Mickey Gall fought CM Punk. He was friends with Mickey Gall and them, and he sold a bunch of shirts with CM Punk on it, and it said "Look out, Punk" or something like that. It looked really fucking cool. I didn't even know who Mickey Gall was, but I got that just to support him. And then he had this shirt, and this goes back to like the copyright, where it's like copyright only matters if people enforce it, because he never got in trouble with this. He had a picture where he had a shirt where it was Guy Fieri, like shades on, doing one of these, and it just says "Fuck you, hipsters." Yeah. I don't know what that means. Pretty cool. I don't get it, but I love it.
Yeah, that was a thing. A buddy of mine. There was you guys might know it, or I think it's called TeePublic. I think that's the name. Is that the one where you can
pop up on Instagram all the time?
You can just make your own though.
Yeah.
So like Manny Santiago from back in Pennsylvania, hilarious young man, would submit designs and like make them, like send us a link, and he'd be like, "Oh no, never mind, they already took it down." Like, but he would make it long enough. He would order one, and then they would make it, but then it would get shut down. He couldn't do any more.
Yeah.
So like, but he made one where I had a chance to actually get it, and it was Kanye West in his MAGA hat, and it said, "Don't blame me, I voted for Kanye." And I was just like,
that's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah,
it's just fun. I was like,
fun
that's perfect.
shirt.
But the quality of it, I probably could have upped it a little bit. It wasn't great. It was like real sticky.
Yeah.
Like it only worked a couple times. Never really fit right. The colors didn't look good.
That's actually why I had to stop getting.
That's why merch is such a fucking big deal to us, because even we can't design it right for ourselves.
Well, that was the.
This is perfect.
That's what's so good about the Far Wild shirts is the material's soft, and you can tell they just got a little bit of length. Like let's be honest, most people half the people rocking your shit, they're gonna have a little bit of a belly. Or they might have big fat titties. You know what I mean? Or both.
Or they could have big rockin' fat tits.
Yeah, but no, for real though, it's like, a lot of dudes, especially once you get up to the XL size, like they're going to have a little bit of a belly.
Yeah.
So just, because there's a lot of shirts. WWE was so bad for this. That's why I didn't buy their merch I stopped buying their t-shirts. Their t-shirts are kind of rough and thick material. I don't like that. And then they just don't have enough length on them.
Yeah. Yeah,
length's a big
and
thing
honestly,
for me
if
with
you're doing
shirts.
that as a wreestling company, come on, idiots,
bro. Literally,
like you're a pro wrestling fucking t-shirt merch place. Like you should start at 2X.
Bro, for real, dude. Their average, like an average shirt they would sell would have the option of 5 or 6X.
Yeah,
and you're telling me you're not putting enough length on these fucking shirts?
Skip large, skip XL, go from medium to XXL.
I always joked. I was like, I'd love to start a fucking clothing company that starts at XL.
Yeah. We'll call it starts at XL.
And then I think I made this joke.
Is that Destination XL?
Yeah. And then people were like, it's just big and tall. And I go, that's right. That's not a clever idea at all.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck you fucking losers.
Yeah. I that's what I always joke about. Like, that's some of my favorite crowd work to do is to go, like, because I talk about being a fat man on stage. And I go, I tell people, like, you have a size. I can tell you go into a place and you go, where's my size?
Yeah.
I don't have, like, I go into one place and then go, this is my size. I go to this place, I go, this is my, like, it's how it is. So, like, looking at the design. So, ordering hockey jerseys or something like that, those kind of things, like, I need to be able to try them on.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing where I need to know.
Honestly,
once you size, what is it? Reebok? Is it Nike?
Well,
is it Adidas?
You got to consider this too. Once you get up to an XL, because no one considers the fact that it's like, dude, especially if you're new to XL, it's emotionally brutal to buy a 2X at first.
And I got to tell you, a Nike XL is not a true XL.
No.
It's never a true XL.
That just happened to me. My parents got me a Nike shirt, and it's my size, but then I put it on. I go, no, it's not. Stephanie?
Take this off me. I can't get it over my head.
Hell yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching.
God bless.
Thanks for the merch.
God bless.
And, we love you all. See you next time.